Hello and welcome back to another episode on the channel by me, TheWiseJames. This is just another reaction video to Simp Saver Sam on YouTube. So if you do like the video, just go to his channel, subscribe, watch his videos. I don't have anything to do with Sam. I'm not his friend. I don't know him. I've never met him. I like his videos, but apart from that, I have no other attachment to him. So if someone out there is thinking I'm somehow advertising his channel for free, yeah, I'm not. So this one is angry woman slaps young man, then plays victim when confronted, which is a typical thing for women to do, to be honest. Sick of it, me. I see it my whole life. Let's get into it. Oh wait, there. Sound. Did the same last video.
Influencer crashes out on kid in Miami airport for recording her causing the scene. Arrested and kicked off plane.
You're wrong, right?
Yo, record this shit.
I'm a girl.
I don't give a fuck. Sit the fuck down. I don't care. I don't give a fuck out of my fucking face. No, you're a woman. So sit the fuck down.
Right? Say some shit else.
Wow.
Say some.
Yo.
Should we slap him?
Sit the fuck down. I don't care. I don't give a fuck out of my fucking face. No, you're a woman. Sit the fuck down.
Right?
That's violent assault number 1.
Say some shit else.
Wow.
Violent assault number 2.
It's white entitled motherfucker like usual white motherfuckers is. Let me go on live. Hold on.
So now she's trying to make out it's something to do with his skin colour. You see what she's trying to do, lads? She's trying to find which button triggers him. And because violently attacking him didn't do it, she thought maybe if I try and be racist. But she's white.
Anyway, we'll wait for my viewers to come in. Stop keep recording me. That's fine. I'm calling the cops. Hold on. Calling the cops. How about
Calling
that?
the cops and she's
just hit them. She just violently hit them and she's going to call the police. Excuse me, please. I've just hit these 3 men and they're not doing anything. Can you come sort it out, please? What? What planet is she on?
She's got 911 on speed dial. I'm a white male and she's a woman. Therefore, there's a huge problem. This lady is flipping the fuck out right now.
Recording me and telling me that I'm offending them and all types of shit, and they're recording.
It looks like there's a child there in the background who's watched all this. So at least there's one positive here. She's made herself a good example of what type of woman not to be for maybe that child there, or maybe it's the mother and she's just because she's leaning over, she looks like a child. Maybe she's like a grandmother and I'm wrong. Who knows?
Navy blue, gray, and then the other one is in blue color and gray pants.
Oh no, she's not a child. She's an adult. My mistake. She was just leaning over. The silhouette looked like a child. I was wrong.
And then I got up and I was like, "Why the fuck are you trying to harass me?" And then he kept going.
I mean, I haven't seen what happened before this, but like, I haven't seen them do anything apart from sitting there.
Here we go.
Officer, can you tell him to stop recording me?
No, he can't.
I said
I don't want.
he came up to me harassing me.
Here come the crocodile tears.
Wow. The fake crying. The girl who cried wolf.
I'm so bad. No, tell him to stop recording me.
He's not recording.
Oh my god, stop recording me. I'm in a public place and I've just assaulted someone. You can't record me.
He's not recording.
Ma'am, he's free to record you. It is a public setting.
Oh, I didn't realise we weren't allowed to record, in an airport, in a public place, if they're a girl. It's okay if it's a man, but, if it's a girl, oh, you're not allowed to record. Fucking. Some people are so crazy. And I know crazy.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
This video is hilarious. She really thought she could use the whole like I'm a girl, I'm innocent card, the crocodile tears. I'm sure she's used it before and it didn't work this time round. It's great to see the officers weren't falling for it, and fair play to these guys as well. They did the right thing by filming it. She literally assaults him on video and then calls the police on them. I mean, make it make sense. And then she's saying like, this is what white boys, white people are like. Is she not white as well?
Yes, she is white.
She's definitely cried her way through life until she got to this day and it wasn't working anymore. And
The funny thing is, that won't stop her trying. She'll still keep trying it, because if it works once, she'll think it'll work again. I'll just keep doing it, even though it didn't work that time, it'll work the next time.
She's going to do this to the wrong guy one day, and she's going to get restored back to factory settings.
That was the wrong guy, to be honest. That was the wrong guy, Sam. And I'm glad they taught her a very valuable lesson, that she's not the boss of other people in public places. You can't tell people what to do. You can try. It's not going to work out well.
Pickpocket! Pickpocket! Pickpocket!
Oh no. Put the megaphone out. What's she going to do with that?
Oh, she's getting the demons away with some sage there, you know. Bashing the demons with the sage.
Voilà la menteuse. Attention, attention, attention! Je ne touche pas! Je ne touche pas! Oh! Non, c'est pas tranquille, c'est un pickpocket. Pickpocket in here! Tu nous as frappé, t'as quoi quoi?
She's dancing with him. She's dancing. Look at that. It's a little pirouette. It's a little pirouette, see? Da 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 da.
Why is she grabbing him?
She's probably trying to get the phone for some money. If you can't steal deceitfully as a pickpocketer, she's just obviously going to try and steal in broad daylight in front of them. Right. Try and pretend she's just a thief, not a pickpocket, sort of thing. Even though I know it's the same thing, but she's trying mugging him, basically. Trying to assert herself, I guess. Is that the real police? No, it's not.
You got to be a bit of a scumbag to be a pickpocket anyway. Like, you're clearly not good at a lot of things in life, so you resort to that. And then you got people like this who are even bad at being a pickpocket. They can't even get away, and they can't even do that right.
What's the most simp thing that a guy has done for you?
Oh, I'm going to New York on Monday with a guy that I barely know, and he got us the helicopter ride for 45 minutes over New York. And
yeah, you can get that on a credit card for about $150, to be honest. You don't even need to pay cash. Like, if it... that could be like some homeless dude who's got good credit. Honestly. But if it's over New York, I imagine the helicopter ride's probably maybe $400. But you can literally get that on a credit card. You don't even need the money.
I barely talked to him.
You a simp!
Is there any chance?
But yeah, he is a simp, that is correct. But it's still like not like flying someone out in a private jet to your private island and spending a week in the Caribbean or something, is it? That's like, it's kind of standard these days because men and women can date across the world. It's not necessarily the case that you only date in your local area. So going for a helicopter ride on your first date isn't really unheard of. It's only the fact that she's flying out to New York to do it that kind of sounds like it's a big deal. But is she paying for the flight? She didn't mention, did she? Not that that's any of my business, of course, you know, but...
Something happens.
He's really nice. I'm trying, but like, I'm not... I've literally, like, I'm...
So she's not interested in him. She's just going to go out there and use him for the helicopter ride. But she's going to tell us all about that on video before she goes out there. And that guy's probably not going to see this. Let's watch that again.
Is there any chance something happens?
He's really nice. I'm trying, but like...
She did say there's a chance. Maybe he could do it.
Like, I'm not... I've literally, like, I'm trying, okay? Like, you want to do that for me, cool. Like, but honestly...
I'm not gonna...
I don't trust men.
Stop the cap.
You don't trust men. So, translation, all the boyfriends you've picked previously in your life were cheaters. Or you didn't trust them for whatever reason. Don't trust men. So, if she was in a crime, well, she ring the police and she knows a man turns up. So she does trust a man. You know, if she goes to the hospital to deliver a baby, a male doctor or a female doctor sometimes, but a male doctor most likely, going to help deliver the baby. Although it could be a female one, granted. Needs her grass cut. Who's gonna ring? Fucking some female grass cutter? No, a man. So she does trust men. She just doesn't even understand the words she's using.
Why don't you trust men?
My ex.
I didn't even know. Bosh. Gotcha. I just amaze myself sometimes.
And my friends. Everybody.
But you trust him enough to go on.
Was that fucked up my friend? Is that what she said? Fucked my friend?
My ex. And my friends.
Stop the cap.
Why don't you trust men?
My ex. And my friends. Everybody.
But you trust.
Yeah. She chose a man who cheated on her with lots of her friends. So because she chose that man, all men are scum. Because of this one man she chose, the rest of us are all evil demons, you know.
Trust him enough to go on holiday with a guy you barely know, go on a helicopter ride, go on a holiday, do a trip, stay at his house, whatever you're doing.
In some sick, twisted way, it may be the case that because she felt used by her ex-boyfriend, who slept with all of her friends, she felt used. He used her to get to all of her friends, sort of thing. So now she's figuring, oh, I'm going to use some guy and get even. Some innocent poor guy who's done nothing wrong. She's probably going to use him to make herself feel better about herself. And it won't make her feel better about herself. In the end, she'll probably feel worse about herself and feel more shit, and then need to do more stupid shit to try and make herself feel better. And it's a vicious cycle that just goes round and round and round.
Right. Got ya.
I know.
Was your ex like a thug or like a street dude or what was?
He's a felon, but he's also 10 years older than me.
You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
So in 2024, y'all still going for felons?
No, not anymore. I'm good. The new guy, he does therapy.
Would y'all ever give a nerdy guy a chance?
Yes, that he is.
You not f***ing with him though. You just said that.
Okay, but I might after.
After a whole helicopter ride around New York?
Yeah.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
So she doesn't trust men because she decided to date a felon. She picked that dude.
Yup. And that's my fault, apparently, because I'm a man. Because that woman picked that man, it's mine and Sam's fault, you see.
And now all men can't be trusted because her selection process is in shambles. Everything she said was backwards, really.
Tom Brady just ended himself yesterday. I'm talking about his entire career because his wife just divorced him yesterday. She demanded half of all of his property.
Wow.
However, she was informed that the court stated that her millionaire husband owns nothing. All of his property is registered under his mother's name. Yes, this is going so viral. People are saying that Tom Brady knew his wife was going to do this the entire time, which that doesn't really make any sense. I'm pretty sure they had kids. It's kind of crazy that she divorces him as, yeah, give me half of all your stuff. Isn't he like close to a billionaire? It's like, oh, I guess I owe all my stuff. Just kidding. I don't own anything and everything is underneath my mother's name. That's the most top G thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, except if I did that, my mother would fucking take the money and never give it back. So that's not an option to all people. Not all people have a mother.
Just can't lose. People are showing
A mother that would do that.
that our estimated net worth is already 400 million, so I don't know why she demanded that half her property should be given to her. I just think this is absolutely insane, and as you can see, it's going extremely viral right now all over Twitter and the internet. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I thought he had a happy family and all, but apparently not, but he did make a very smart move.
I never ever took care of Tom Brady's career or his family. I know that he's a very, 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 very successful American athlete. Pretty sure it's football. Don't quote me on that, but American football, not real football. And he's played a real smart move by putting all of his financial assets in his mother's name. So when this gold digger tried to rinse him, even though she had 400 million that she's built because she slept with him, basically, then she doesn't need his money. The thing is, right, a divorce is supposed to be, you don't want to be with this person anymore. It's not supposed to be with, I don't want to be with this person and I want half their stuff. That's not, a divorce is literally, I don't want to be with this person, get me the fuck away from them. Like, that's literally what's supposed to be, and it's, some women treat it like a business transaction. That's why men don't want to get married anymore. It's quite simple. What's the point? He's literally nearly got rinsed for hundreds of millions of dollars because she wanted a divorce. So how come her choice and her actions, 80% of women initiate divorces, but yet the men are held most accountable? That's not a fair legal system. That is actual sexual discrimination. And the USA and a few other countries is rife with sexual discrimination against men. Rife with it. Absolutely rife.
Girls out here worth 400 million and they're still cheating on their billionaire boyfriends. You know, how much money do you flipping need to be with these women, man? And it goes to show, doesn't it? Because most of the richest women in the world are in that position because they divorced their rich husband.
Or inherited it from their father.
Ex-husband. That just says volumes right there. And I know this is old news, but still, it's still relative to today. And you know, a lot of people were saying he knew his wife was going to do that. I don't think so. He just knew when he got to that level, every relationship, marriage, whatever, he's going to have to do that just in case. Because unfortunately, the women who are going to be engaging with him and wanting to be with him are going to have their claws out for that money.
We've been together 9 years, bro. I'm finna crash out.
Bro, you really finna crash out over a girl who getting pretzeled up by another dude?
Yep. Don't do it.
She belongs to the streets.
You think you're a catfish or not?
Me?
Yeah.
I can be a catfish.
Oh, we're gonna go.
I can be. You either are or you aren't.
Surrounding people not someone whether you're a catfish or not.
Okay. Oh God.
Say no more.
Oh God. Oh God.
Is she a catfish or not? Oh. You're looking very different.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Damn. Very interesting. You lie to people a lot, do you? Wow. So what do you rate here? What do you rate in person? Flipping hell.
I think we're all thinking the same thing here.
That's a very good question, man. I give her like a 8 there. What do you give her in person? You are lying to loads of people, you know.
Do you want to know something?
Is she a catfish or not?
No.
No catfish?
I don't think she is, no.
What?
What? What? You couldn't make this up, honestly.
Is she a catfish or not?
No.
No catfish?
I don't think she is, no.
What do you rate here? What do you rate in
She lying. She lying.
person?
I think she's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck right off. Bollocks. Fucking bollocks. Tell the truth. Tell the fucking truth.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that catfishing is a worldwide pandemic. You know, online dating really is a video game in itself, and you are rolling the dice. But that woman who came along the second time, saying she's a 10 out of 10 and all that, I don't know what... It just shows that a lot of these women do lie to other women. You know, she knows that that's a load of waffle, but she's going to tell her she's beautiful anyway. We see this all the time. You know, back in the day when you used to go on like double dates, your mate would say, oh, I'm going to go and meet this girl. Can you come? Because she's bringing a friend. She's really good looking, all this stuff. You turn up, it's a flipping wildebeest from Planet Earth documentary. Yeah, it's happened loads of times. And she's saying, oh yeah, my friend's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She looks like this person, that person. Yeah, and it's a flipping wildebeest, mate.
You fucking donkey.
Woman says, if a woman puts hands on a man, she deserves to get knocked out by him. Does a woman deserve to get beat? No, she doesn't deserve to get beat, but there's going to be consequences.
I mean, there was the old saying, if you're big enough to take to throw a punch, you're big enough to take a punch. So, I mean, if a woman punches a man, I don't think the reaction should be for the man to punch her, but some men's reaction will be to punch her. Most men's reaction will be to either restrain her or try and, you know, create personal space and assess. But some men will respond in kind and will punch back. So, and just because you're a woman doesn't give you any legal defense. If you've punched a man and he punches you back, it is legal self-defense. It's just he's going to look like the dickhead, sure, but he's still got legal self-defense. Like, just because you're a woman doesn't mean you can punch someone. Like, this is what happens when people aren't held accountable for their actions. They go around thinking they can punch people and nothing's going to happen. Like, that's... Imagine... That as a man, to me, is like... It's a world I could never even imagine. It's a world I could never even imagine where I could walk up to someone, like, think I could walk about and violently attack another gender and face no repercussions. And if I did face repercussions, be surprised. Like, how is that some women's mind is just beyond reality?
If you're just hitting dudes and thinking nothing's going to happen, then yeah, something is bound to happen.
I'm hitting shit. I don't give a damn. If you're a woman, you got a business putting your hands on a man.
Right.
If that man knocked the shit out of you because you didn't hit him, okay.
So you feel like
That's
if a woman hits a man, she deserves to get beat? Is you saying that?
Say beat?
But I'm just saying. No.
I think it's a better lesson to just walk away and never speak to them again, and tell everyone what they did. But emotions do get the better of people. It's easy saying that. But when a woman's actually maybe punching you in the face, maybe even repeatedly, it's maybe not as easy as it. Let's be honest.
Oh, because a man has more script than a woman, so that's why I'm saying that.
I thought men and women were equal. I thought we weren't saying that anymore.
No, we're equal until there's a problem. Then it's men's fault.
More that men were stronger than women. I thought that was a controversial statement, and it's not true. That's a myth, isn't it? So you really got to make your mind up.
She know that. She knows that before she go hit
But what
that
if
damn
she
man.
full of emotions and she hit the man?
Okay, then he gonna be full of emotion and knock this shit right back out of her.
And you think that's fine?
That's what's gonna happen.
And you think that's fine?
I got 2 boys.
No, you think that's
and
fine?
I love them because I birthed them. I bought them here. But honey, if you putting your damn if the woman putting their damn hands on you, knock the shit out of you from out of nowhere, and you hit her, I tell her, you hit my son. Okay, keep your hands off.
That's good parenting right there.
Hit no women. But I also told him to let no goddamn woman hurt you either.
Mm-hmm.
What you got to eat? I'm on.
You guys have to let me know what you think. Yeah, I agree with her. I do. You can't just be, no one should be hitting anyone.
But you have to be allowed to defend yourself, regardless of if it's a female midget who weighs 3 stone, right? If she's punching you, you have the right to get her off you. You probably don't even need to punch her, you just pick her up and drop her off. But it doesn't matter. You're not allowed to violently hurt someone. You're not allowed to lay hands on other people without good cause and reason. Just because you feel like it isn't good enough. It's not good enough at all.
So, vice versa, like this girl filming saying it's not okay. I guarantee you she says it's okay for a girl to hit a guy and, he can't do anything back. This is the problem. But she's raising her kids right by saying, look, you shouldn't hit a woman. And a woman shouldn't hit a dude.
It's correct. Shouldn't hit anyone. A woman shouldn't hit a man. Man shouldn't hit a woman. Simple.
But if that is going to happen and he defends himself, you was asking for it. 100%, I agree.
You sure you want that one?
Yeah, this one.
You want the day 20,000?
Yes.
I got you. All right, bet.
20,000.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. How much this one cost?
This one is 80,600.
Don't do it.
Hey, y'all sure this the right store?
What do you think?
Ooh, that looks good on. You know what? I'm buying that for her.
I need to make it a little smaller.
Yep, I'm getting that for her, chat. Yep.
Don't do it.
You must think I'm Bill Gates, Alicia. You must think I'm Mr. Beast.
I mean,
you must think I'm Cristiano Ronaldo.
You don't need to do it.
You're right. My name is I Show Speed.
So?
So what? You just assuming I got money?
I'm joking. You don't need to buy me a watch. So, are you buying anything for Alicia?
Alicia?
My watch, right?
Are we buying Alicia a watch, chat?
I would say yes because I'm Swiss and Rolex is Swiss, so I think we should.
Ronaldo.
I'm married already. I have a boyfriend, everything. You don't need to do this stuff.
I have a boyfriend. She made sure to get that in just before it was paid for, so she looked better than if she said it after it was paid for. And there's the face when he heard that.
Already. I have a boyfriend, everything. You don't need to do.
She has a boyfriend.
This stuff.
We not bars. All right.
Oh, we do this. You can buy this.
We not bars. No.
As friends.
Good man.
No.
He did the right thing. If he had bought her that, like, I don't even know who that guy is. Don't care. I've seen pictures or videos, whatever. Don't know who he is, right? But if he had bought her that, he would have gone from having neutral respect, like not some or no, like just nothing, to simp. Like, simp. That would have been it. Simp.
Really?
Sorry, my friend.
I'm actually surprised and kind of glad that she mentioned the boyfriend right before he was going to buy it.
Probably because it's a good man, and she knows if she didn't, she would have lost him. That's probably why.
Because imagine if you spent 80k on a watch, bro, and she's like, yeah, I got a boyfriend. But even if she does, why is she going out shopping with another dude and asking them to buy her a watch? Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure.
Why she got a padlock around her neck as well? What the fuck is that? We live in such a weird future.
Why is she going out shopping with another dude and asking them to buy her a watch? Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
I'm 15 years old now, Mama. You really think that you can control me? Do you really think that you...
Hey, now. How's everybody doing in here?
Neil, I have this.
Let me see that hat right there. Here, you don't need that if you ain't gonna wear it right, now do you?
Neil, I said I have got this.
No, honey, I know you do. I was out there reading the paper, you know, and trying to mind my own business, and thought I heard another man talking to you back here raising his voice, and
Neil,
I just figured I'd,
not
come back here and supervise if I had to.
Yeah, Daddy, I wasn't being disrespectful.
Yeah, no, you can be quiet. I don't even know why I took this off. I mean, hey, you got hair on your gonads now, don't you?
Neil, that is not appropriate.
Well, see, here's the thing about it. Feller that talks to my wife like that I overhear from reading the paper in there.
Jesus heal
and
this
got
family.
hair on his balls. You know, you tote one now. So I definitely need this belt on to keep my britches up. You know what I'm saying?
This is the parenting a lot of us grew up with. You know, you can't be raising your voice to your mum because, you know, most of us didn't want to do that anyway. But if we did, you know your dad was lurking and, yeah, he'd give you a can of whooping. And yeah, the title is right. This is why fathers are needed. And unfortunately today, we're seeing less of this. Do
you know what it is? I want him to repeat that sentence because I've got a phrase for it right there.
You know your dad was lurking. You know, most of us didn't want to do that anyway. But if we did, you know your dad was lurking and, yeah, he'd give you a can of whooping. And yeah.
I think I missed it.
Balls, you know, you tote one now. So I definitely need this belt on to keep my britches up. You know what I'm saying?
This is the parenting a lot of us grew up with. You know, you can't be raising your voice to your mum because, you know, most of us didn't want to do that anyway. But if we did, you know your dad was lurking and, yeah, he'd give you a can of whooping.
Yeah, so I never wanted to raise my voice to my mother. But when I did start raising my voice to her, it was because my dad had given me an excessive whooping for trying to get him to tell her the truth about him cheating on her. So I had good grounds to shout at her, and her response was to slap me, if I remember. And I looked at her and says, you're going to have to do a lot better than that. And she thought I meant hit me harder, sort of thing. That's not what I meant. I meant she was going to have to do a lot better than a violent assault to deal with the situation. But she was, you know, I was 15. She was a 40-year-old woman. What do I know? I'm just a child. Same things. Some people just don't hold themselves accountable and think everyone else doesn't do it. And I've always tried to hold myself accountable. You know, I did bad shit to my family and my parents. I had good reasons, but I still did bad shit. And you got to hold yourself accountable. It doesn't matter if you had good reasons. You know, you still did shit. Fine. That's the way life is. You got to hold yourself accountable.
And yeah, the title is right. This is why fathers are needed. And unfortunately today, we're seeing less of this.
I tell you what, there's not a chance in hell I would let my daughter raise her voice at her mother in front of me. She would go... she wouldn't fucking dare. She wouldn't fucking dare. I'm telling you, because she would be disciplined, not like violently assaulted, but you know, she would be punished in some manner. Like, if there's one thing I've tried to hammer home to my child, it's respect for her mother. Because if a child doesn't respect their mother, the mother can't protect them and help them in life as much as they should and can. If the child doesn't respect the mother, they won't listen as much. They won't trust what they say as much. So they won't learn as much. And it causes problems. It causes massive problems. So if the father is disrespectful to the mother, then the child will start being disrespectful to the mother. It causes a whole heap load of problems, honestly. Heap load of problems. Just basic shit.
Parenting is becoming less and less of a thing.
So, even though I have shouted at my mother a few times, right, maybe once or twice, 3 times I think maybe at the most, but the rest of my entire life, no, never. And I never would. Like, it's only because I had like a damn good reason. Otherwise, so I'm not advocating shouting at your mother, by the way. Don't shout at your mother.
Kids are flipping running riot at school, at home. Like, all this stuff going on in the world. I always sit and think, where the hell are the parents at? Because a lot of these parents will try and do what this father's doing. Those kids go to school and then they say to the teachers that their parents are abusing them and all this stuff. Like, I've seen and heard it many times. Kids nowadays have way too much control. Like, I remember going to a school because I was teaching some kids some boxing there, and they were walking me through the school to the sports centre, and it was honestly like a flipping prison in there. It was absolute chaos. Teachers had no control over those kids. Kids were running riot in there. I just couldn't believe that that's how it is now.
Dad? I don't know what happened. There's water running down the stairs. What?
That's how to give your dad a heart attack right there.
Did you get him running?
That's good.
Nothing wrong with some harmless fun. As long as no one has a heart attack, yeah.
You got me.
How old are you?
30.
90. Why are you lying to me though?
30.
He could be, but judging by his hair, he's at least 40.
Why are you lying?
The grey. It's not the bald patch, the grey there, you see?
How old are you?
30.
90. Why are you lying to me though?
30.
Why are you lying?
I think they're roasting me, dude.
36.
They're roasting me.
Why are you lying?
Baby Lizzo roasting me.
Iman.
Iman.
He's a comedian.
I try.
You're not that funny.
I know. You're not that cute.
You've never had my ass ate. You've never had your ass ate? I've had my ass ate. I've had my ass ate so much.
Oh yeah, real respectful, ladies. Just open this up on full volume with my grandma in town. Thanks, guys. Get it together.
Do some stupid shit like this. Where is your dad? Where is your mom? Where is your family?
There are certain conversations that you should never have in front of your grandparents, and that is one of them.
Exactly saying to the clip about the father and why they're needed. Because these girls clearly didn't have fathers who disciplined them. I know they laid...
In fact, to be honest, that's a conversation you don't have in front of any other people apart from maybe your closest friends in a dark room where there's nobody else. Like, that would be acceptable maybe then. And even then, it's a bit, like, weird. Like, society has collapsed, hasn't it? It's just collapsed. We are doomed.
Label it as abuse now, parenting like that, but I called it discipline when I was growing up. And if these girls had a bit of that, they wouldn't be saying this on flipping camera, would they?
I tell you what, right? I used to get disciplined, as Sam calls it there, if I did something wrong. You know, slap round the head, kick up the arse, fucking... If I did something wrong, I didn't give a shit, to be honest. It was my own fault for doing something wrong. You learn not to do something again. My problem was when I got hit when I didn't do something wrong, because my brother and sister would lie, and my mum and dad wouldn't take the time to work out what had happened, and it was just easier to blame me, and I'd get a fucking hiding for it. So that was my problem with it. I didn't care when I got disciplined for actually doing something wrong. I didn't care. That was my own fault. But when you get disciplined for what someone else did because they lied and your parents couldn't be bothered to work it out because they didn't have time, because they worked too hard, they didn't have the time to work out who to kick the fuck out of, then it's different, isn't it? It's different.
Are your coffee real quick?
You know
It's decent. It's decent. Try mine. Try mine.
That Loki might be better than mine.
Told you
That
my ex
Loki
put
might
me
be
on.
better than.
It's my ex's order.
Bruh, that's good. Wait, let me try it again.
Fire.
She's gonna throw it.
It's,
Yeah.
It's the caramel with 3 sugars, 3 cream.
Good as hell.
Why the fuck would you throw my?
I know this is just a skit, but why are you littering? Why are you littering for a skit?
There is no need. He's correct. I've committed some petty crimes in my time, maybe littering amongst them when I was young, but the older I get, the more I get annoyed at littering. Like, I barely littered as a child. It was only if there was no bin. I would always try and find a bin. Like, there used to be a time when we would show respect for the places we lived, and littering would show disrespect for the area you lived. And you would get, like, socially shamed for that sort of shit, you know? Someone would see you or know it was you because you were the only person who walked that way, you know? These sorts of shit. Just no respect for others, you know? Just no respect for the world around them. Sam's correct. It might only be a plastic cup to some people, but it's the principle.
Why are you doing that? So we can ignore the joke and everything. You just made yourself look like a pair of knobheads by doing that. You know, some people don't care about littering. I may be overdoing it, but my granddad, right, he was so, like, he was adamant that people who litter are just the bottom of the barrel in society. And if he'd have caught me littering, even if it was a tiny little crumb of a wrapper, yeah, that would have been lights out for me. He hated people who did that, and rightfully so. And I've transitioned that into my life. Seeing people littering, fly tipping, all that shit, I can't stand it.
It's a good lesson in life. Sounds like a good man, Sam. Sounds like a good man. The thing is, those sorts of people who think nothing of littering don't think anything of disrespecting not only the world around them, but the people around them. So, in a way, there is logic to them being the bottom of the barrel, because the bottom of the barrel people are those who show no respect for others. They are the bottom of the barrel. There is no lower. Apart from psychopaths, you know, the exceptions and things.
Rate them.
How old are y'all?
I'm 18. 19.
Y'all want me to rate y'all?
I mean, you can. You don't have to. It's up to you.
5, 5, 5.
Shit. All right, so look, the one on the right, I'll give you like
right here?
Yeah, that one.
Her?
Yep. I'll give you like
Be honest, mate.
Come on, bruh.
Wait, hold on, bro. Let me do my fucking like shit. Hey, how much?
I'm because I have a girlfriend, right? Every time someone asks me that sort of question, I'm just gonna have to be like, meh, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Every time, like, I don't know. Might be. I think it's disrespectful to when you're in a relationship to try and judge the beauty of other people, but at the same time, I don't want to call them ugly, but I don't want to call them like attractive. So I'll just have to call them all 5s. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't rate these people. That's not how it's going to work. So I'll have to just give everyone a 5. Everyone gets a 5.
Do you weigh and how tall are you?
Bro, just rate the face. Just rate the face.
Oh wait, we're only doing face? Oh
Yes.
shit. All right. Face, I'll give you like a calm little a 9.5.
Okay,
all right, the one in the middle, I'll give you like a 9.1. The one, the last one,
What? Is this for real? It can't be real.
I'll give you like a. I'll give you like.
Look at his hat. What is that? What? The world is not the world I knew.
Like a 4. The last one, I'll give you like a 4.
Damn.
I was trolling. It was a joke. I
Instantly
had that
left.
set up. I was trolling. It was literally a joke. She's not ugly, and I wouldn't rate those girls 9.
Or we can go half on the bills. I don't understand that concept of going half. That makes no sense to me. There used to be a time a man took pride in taking care of his wife, and her money is her money. I would really like to see men get back in their place.
Men get back in their place. Men are still doing that. What are you talking about? And that's considered not enough. And what she's saying, you know, there was a time when women didn't sleep around and sleep with a dozen people before they settle down with a guy, and then they're saying they're worth a guy who's 6'5", makes 100K a year, has a house, has a business. And prior to that, she was settling for a guy, you know, in a hotel, one night stand over because she met him in the bar and he bought her a drink. So you did all that.
Whoa, Sam. Some of them you had to buy some chips for. It wasn't just a drink, mate. Come on. They weren't that cheap. You know, you had to buy some chips as well. Let's be fair.
And then you want a guy to settle for you like you're this super valuable woman when a few years back you were settling for a cheeseburger someone might have got you at a drive-thru and all these one-night stands were happening.
But cheeseburgers were better back then.
Like, something's not adding up.
Of being providers and having pride in that.
If a woman can find a man to get a man to do all that for him, then all right. I don't really care what women want. I care what my woman gonna do when she with me. I don't care if I'm a billionaire. I'm not about to pay for my respect. I'm not gonna pay for your submission. It's the principalities of it. If I gotta pay you to come in this house with respect, if I gotta pay you to submit to me, then I don't want your submission and I don't want your respect. I wanna fuck with somebody who gonna respect me irregardless of my money. So what you telling me is when I lose it, you ain't gonna respect me no more? You ain't gonna submit to me no more? You gonna leave me? And it's always
He's smart. He's a smart man.
Somebody with a bigger bag. So what you saying is your respect can be bought. And if somebody around here is willing to pay you more, you gonna go respect them. I don't want that. A woman come in the door with respect and a submission for who I am as a person, and she really fucking with me, then maybe she can earn me to do that.
I completely agree with him. Yeah, you can't buy respect and commitment and happiness. You can't buy those things from a person because it's not a genuine thing. You want someone who loves you for who you are and supports you no matter what, through thick and thin. But a lot of relationships nowadays are transactional. If you look at society today, most relationships, not all, the guy's working long hours, providing, protecting, paying all the bills. He's told every day that he's not good enough, nothing he can do is good enough, he's not a man, and everything he does is controlling and manipulative. He's still doing his part, and a lot of women don't want to do that these days. They're always getting their egos inflated on social media and told they're worth more, and they're always looking for the better partner. And if you're going to settle for one of those girls who's just looking to swim with the biggest shark, a bigger shark's going to swim along one day and she's going to jump ship. That's what's going to happen. So you can't be fornicating with women like that, because that's not what a true, genuine, loving relationship is. They're always going to...
Ooh, fornicating. That's the posh way of saying...
end in disaster, those guys. You can't be buying respect from people.
Sam is 100% correct, by the way. You cannot buy respect from people. It is... That's gone all blurry. It's a bit shit, innit? Yeah, so you can't buy respect from people. It is given and taken away. If you have to buy it, then, you know, there's a price for that. And the price is, if you lose it, you lose the respect. And you also have to keep paying for it. Otherwise, you lose it. Right? What kind of world is that? Where you have to pay someone to respect you. Fuck that shit. Either respect me or fuck off. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. I could quite happily live my life with 99.9% of the planet hating me if, like, 4 people who I knew the truth and, you know, we got on fine. I could live in that world quite happily. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. The truth of the matter is, I don't like everyone. So I don't expect everyone's going to like me. And I also don't get on with everyone. So I expect not everyone's going to get on with me. That is the truth of the matter. And if you think anything otherwise, you're unfortunately deluding yourself. But we do have to try and get on. Regardless if we don't, we have to try, you know. Some people are just not capable of decent, civilized behaviour. Like, I'm in my own house, in my own, property. I can say what the fuck I want here. I'm not in the street ramming a microphone in someone's face. Like, I can say what the fuck I want in my own house. Freedom of speech, baby. Peace.